Hello and welcome for your daily astrology and tarot horoscope for today, September 12th, 2014, and it's a Friday, and the planet of the day is Venus. And the big thing to pay attention with Venus, Venus is all about attracting through not forcing. It's the passive feminine aspect. And with a passive feminine aspect, it's kind of like a flower, how it's just its beauty attracts the things to it. And so it's always good to dress to the nines, is what I always say, to align with that energy. Another thing to do on Friday, especially this Friday is especially auspicious for a haircut because the moon has been waning for about 3 or 4 days now, and so it's always good to get a haircut during the waning moon if you want the haircut to last longer, because supposedly when the moon is waning, everything in the world is starting to retrieve and recede. You know, it's stepping back and going into the background, and so it won't grow as fast, and so therefore your hair wouldn't grow longer. So great fashion tips from a non-fashionable astrologer. So but the other thing going on, Venus is the planet of the day, and Venus is in its fall in Virgo, but I don't think it's as in bad condition as you would think, because Virgo is in mutual reception with Mercury, and Mercury and Virgo are communicating really well, and they're bringing their messages from their home domiciles. So, with Mercury in Libra, which Venus rules, and Venus in Virgo, which Mercury rules, there's a natural flowing communication between the two, and since Venus is the lesser benefic, it actually just brings a little bit more beauty and kindness to the communication and overall theme for the day. The card of the day from the Osho Zen Tarot is the King of Rainbows, and it's all about abundance. And this is just a wonderful card going off the themes that we're going off. We've just had 3 major arcana cards in a row. We've just been bombarded with this spiritual energy, and hopefully we're still just pursuing our goals and our passions, whatever those behind-the-scenes work that we're doing, we're actually putting it out into the tangible world now. And whatever goals you're working on, this is just a time to rest in the glory of it and just bring it out to the world and just realize your abundance. This really goes well with the astrology to me, to get this kind of King card like this. He's kind of resting, and he's kind of just content in everything that he has and what he's been manifesting. It's not like an overt card that he's bringing tons more in. It's more of a card of just having so much he can just go with the flow and be himself. And that's what this Friday is going to be all about. And especially with the astrology of today, there's no major transits going on. All the transits that I've been bringing up from Monday through Thursday, all those cycles are kind of finishing out and playing out, and they're playing out in this abundance way. Now you can enjoy the fruit. Now you can just kind of have a good Friday, positive Friday, know that you're on the right track, and just keep embodying that good energy. The week has been nothing but good in terms of the cards, and I've had a lot of good luck with the cards being very accurate in terms of really setting the moods and the intentions of the day. So, when you embrace something hard or dark on Friday, if anything like that comes up to you, just reflect back on this card and just remember that this is really working for you right now. So don't let small things distract you, that you're building on something bigger. It's very important, and you're having a lot of good luck and abundance with it. Now we need to pull a card of the day from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. I love this deck. I think it's beautiful. It pushes my divinatory muscles in a way, because I don't really look to animals. I'm just not familiar with this deck. I'm not familiar with the pictures that are going to come up. I'm not familiar with any of the interpretations. So I really have to get a lot of mileage out of the cards. So we'll see what we pull for this Friday. This is a darker card. This is a Ten of Wands. And it's so funny. I can't think of the Ten of Wands in the traditional decks off the top of my brain right now. I know the Nine of Wands is very dark, but this is very dark indeed. So I'm not sure if there's something, there's still something lurking that's dark and getting to us in the day. And all I can say is that in whatever you're intending to build, whatever that intention is, maybe it's not in full force. Don't let that get you down. We're still climbing this mountain together, and we're still going up in our passions and our desires and what we're wanting to manifest. This is just a small detour in that. And this is just a reminder that you can easily let things block your view and block your vision from what you're trying to work for. Don't. know that you're being given the abundance from the universe. That's what all these cards from the Osho deck are reminding us and telling us. Know that you have everything at your disposal. It's just going to be a climb, and sometimes you get lost in the weeds. It's okay. Just keep that in mind. And, by the time you get to the 10 in the major arcana, now you're going to start getting into court cards, right? So the cycle's almost over in terms of any of this darkness. Don't let it get you down. That's all I can say. It's just, it's really hokey, but there's so many positive cards, so many life-changing things. Sometimes it's hard to keep your perspective right. I think this is a card reminding you to keep focusing on those positive things you're building in the background. I kind of want to read what since, like I always say, I'm learning this deck with you, and so why not? Let's take time to read the Ten of Wands and see what she was intending it to mean. And see how it plugs in. I mean, I've already given my interpretation, so. Burden, blockage, difficulty. The Ten of Wands is a difficult card to face. Mental or physical burdens have been weighing on your spirit. Over time, this leads to helplessness and depression. You simply cannot get through to what you want. You cannot see the way. If this card appears in response to a person or situation, it may be best to simply walk away. But if this card comes up frequently, it indicates you are attracted to negativity. You choose to walk the hard road. Yeah, I mean, I just think mental anguish. Wands are usually fire, but it's kind of like some type of spirit blockage, and you're not realizing what's going on with this. You're not realizing what all those major arcana cards are coming up. So, I mean, this is a very, very good example of the juxtaposition. I think there's a clear reminder that this is not real. This is real. It's like the truth is you're experiencing abundance. The reality is you're feeling this. You just got to learn how to reconcile these two disparate, energies today and balance them. The reality is there's plenty more great cards coming up for the week. This has been a very positive and growing week, and right now we're kind of finishing a lot of cycles, and a lot of those major aspects have been happening, and they're kind of finishing, and we're kind of like in no aspect land anymore. And so I do think it could be burdensome trying to figure out where to go. So just know that as long as you keep working for the behind-the-scene things that you're doing, you're on the right course, and everything will be fine. Like I said about the astrology, nothing's going on with that. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. The weekend's coming up. I've got one more video for Saturday and Sunday coming up, and if you watch my weekly tarot reading, you'll get more insights to what the whole week is about, and I think that's helpful to kind of get out of one bad day does not a week make. You know what I mean? So it's really, really, really good to get some perspective. That's why I think the weekly readings are powerful, because you kind of see the forest from the trees a little bit more. So I hope this is helpful. Any feedback you can give me, or anything you want to say, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.